Y'all, the potato bed is empty. How many potatoes do you think we got this year? I have the total for you at the end of this video. Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. It's potato time again, and it's the last time for potato time outside. Today is October 5th, and I am going to harvest the last of all of my, if you want to say, white potatoes for the year. So I have them growing in this Vego garden metal raised bed. Some of these died back a long time ago, but we got a ton of rain last week, and I needed them to dry out a little bit. And something's been digging, y'all. I got potatoes above the ground. They're green. I have a lot of fingerling potatoes in here, among other things. But I have potatoes in this bed here, and I have 3 fabric pots of potatoes that we're going to do today. So this is the last potato harvest of the season. We will start though with the fabric pots. We'll get those out first, and then we will come to this metal raised bed. All right, so as I stated, I have 3 pots. I don't even see potatoes in this pot anymore, y'all. All I see is weeds. So I hope there's some potatoes down there. There's a dead stem, but the season's over, y'all. It's over. I should have got these a week or so ago, but I didn't. But we're getting them today. The last of the potato harvest. All right. There's nothing on top, and it might not be anything inside either. Well, there's one that fell out, and there's a granddaddy. So the last of the potatoes that I put in, I didn't give them much love and attention. So I seriously doubt we're going to get a good harvest, but we're going to harvest nonetheless. I believe this is a German butterball. Don't know for sure. I don't see any potatoes on my side. But it's time to put these pots up, y'all. We're done. We're done. I need to start working inside, so we got to get all of this from outside first. As always, everything that I use, I will have links to it in the description below. There's another potato. I like to look at what I'm dumping out, so I try not to miss any potatoes. I've already harvested over 100 pounds of potatoes this year. So everything else is gravy. At least that's what I like to call it. The whole time this pot was growing, I only had, I think, 1 potato in it, maybe 2. They didn't come up really well. I know they didn't get watered very well. But this will not be a good harvest. Not this pot anyway. That's why I did it first. I like it when the harvests get better and better. I don't like to end on a bad note. All right, I got all of, honestly, 2 potatoes. I'm not weighing that, y'all. There's no use in weighing 2 potatoes. I'm gonna put it in a bag, and we'll just add it to the next pot. Oh, this bag got some holes in it. Hopefully I don't lose it. All right, we're gonna move to the next pot. All right. This is a 15-gallon. What is this? I think it's a 15-gallon grow bag. And this one also only had 2 potatoes that came up in it. So we will see what happens. These potatoes have been going for an extremely long time, but actually that's 3 potatoes. 3 potatoes that came up. But they've been going for an extremely long time of neglect. Okay, these look like russet potatoes. from last year's harvest. I see a couple potatoes in there. That's a 10-gallon grow bag, not 15, 10. Let's see what we got. With all of that rain that came, I was really concerned. Yep, russet potatoes. So far anyway. Could be something else in there too. And russet potatoes never do well for me. I'll just be honest. That's why I stopped buying them. I no longer buy russet seed potatoes because I never get big potatoes. They're always little like this. And maybe it's the variety, but I want a bacon potato, y'all. When I get a russet potato, I want a bacon potato. Now that's a nicer size. Ugh, I waited too long. It's rotten. It's rotten. Woo! Now, if all of the potatoes were at least this big, I might consider, nah, no I'm not. I want a bacon potato, y'all. I want a big potato, but this is probably the biggest russet potato I've ever grown. And I've already lost one. You see, I left it in the ground too long. Okay, all right. Now, y'all, this is doable now. I can bake that. I can bake that. Okay, I got 3 good potatoes. 3 from last year's harvest because I didn't, like I said, I didn't buy any this year. All right, I'm going to stop complaining about my russet potatoes, but I'm still not ready to go buy any. From a size standpoint, that's the best size I've ever had in russet potatoes. Ever. Ever, ever. But that's it. We will weigh these, y'all, because I got at least 3 bacon potatoes in there. And I'm going to weigh them with these 2 or 3 little potatoes that's in this one. And we're going to call that the harvest. One 1.72 pounds. Not great. I will take it.
Oh, you got some big ones?
Yeah, it's some of the biggest ones I've ever had, but it's not a good harvest.
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
Yeah. Can you get me another bag? That one's got so many holes in it. Okay. Now this says there's Lehigh in here, but I don't think there's Lehigh in here. I only see in here fingerling potatoes, but we will see what we get. Another 10-gallon grow bag here. And the last grow bag, by the way. Now this one, it definitely was out of sight, out of mind. It was behind my metal raised bed. With it being behind the metal raised bed, my mother says, absolutely not. I won't be going that way. For sure, I won't be going that way. So no watering for it. No watering for it for sure. But since they're fabric pots, they could absorb water through the fabric. So they did get watered some, just not a lot. Let's see what we got. If anything, I know there's fingerlings in here because I saw them on top. And oh, this pot's wet. It's soaking wet. Ugh. But these are decent sized fingerling potatoes. I mean, these are banana fingerling potatoes, and that's just how big they get. That's it. That's the full size. So, well, but it's wet. Even though I didn't water it, it's wet. It's very wet. And they had died all the way back. I have no idea how many seed potatoes were in here. This was the absolute last pot I planted this year. Potatoes falling out everywhere, y'all. Potatoes and potatoes and potatoes. And I'm throwing potatoes away. Where did it go? There's one. I thought I saw two. Maybe not. Could have been a shadow. It must have been a shadow. But here's a pile of potatoes right there. And they are all fingerling potatoes in here. Now, I ordered way too many fingerling potatoes. When I was ordering by weight, I didn't take into account they're tiny. So from a weight standpoint, it takes a lot to get to the weight. Y'all, I just threw a whole pile of them in there. All right, let's play in the dirt for a minute here. I'm throwing too many away. And for people who are new to my channel, if you ask me if I'm going to grow fingerlings again, because this is how big they get, I might do a bucket or two of fingerlings. I won't be purchasing any fingerling, but I may use this year's stock to grow some for next year, but I won't purchase any more fingerling. I grow all of my own food, so I need more potatoes if I want a year's supply, and fingerling just won't do it for me. And they're falling out the basket because they're so small. That just gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. I need big potatoes. But don't get me wrong, y'all, they are delicious. Oh my goodness, they are so good. I cooked some like breakfast potatoes. Oh my goodness, they were so good. So they're small, but they carry a big punch, if you want to say that, just because they have such a delicious flavor. Even though I'm trying not to miss any, I'm sure I am going to miss some in here. But we're going to use this dirt to backfill the metal raised bed. And guess what I'm growing in the metal raised bed next year? Potatoes. So a volunteer here or there will be fine. There's my fingerling harvest. I don't know why I put a Lehigh steak in there, because not one Lehigh is in here. These are all fingerling. A very wet, dirty fingerling. We're going to get over to that metal raised bed next, y'all. We got to get a weight on this first. 0.91 pounds. 0.91. Almost a pound. 0.91. Now we're going to move over to that metal raised bed. Well, let me get you set up, and we will keep harvesting potatoes. The first thing we're going to do, y'all, is get these hones cut. And we're going to pull. Oh, did I cut it? Oh, y'all, I almost cut my water line. We're going to get these hones cut first. And then we're going to pull off this right here. And like I said, some of the potatoes are on top of the ground. So I know I have green potatoes in here. And we will not be eating the green potatoes. If we can cut it off, we will. If not, those potatoes will need to be thrown out. The green part of a potato can upset your stomach. And so we don't want upset bellies here. These are the potatoes that came out with the support system. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of everything under the ground here. A little bit of everything, which is good. I was afraid it was going to be all fingerling, but it's not. So that's good. But there's a bunch of fingerling. Look at that. They're just falling off. I see some purple Vikings as well. Hey, hey, that's good. Let's get rid of these homes and let's start digging. Okay, we are gonna harvest everything together here. All the different shapes, sizes, everything's getting harvested together. And so we're gonna just call it raised bed mixed potatoes. That's what we're gonna call it. When I know what they are, I'll tell you. Like this is a russet potato. That's what I planted along this back end was russet potatoes. That's a potato that's 100% green. I can't eat it. The whole thing's bad. I'm just gonna throw it to the side. But we're gonna start down here on the end and work our way down. That's what we're gonna try to do anyway. These russet potatoes, I put them in the bed first, and then I came back later and planted the rest of this bed. I don't really need my scoop. Y'all saw these potatoes? I don't really need my scoop, y'all, but I'm gonna put it over here just in case. Let's look at these potatoes on top first. That one's got some green on it. Actually, I might be able to cut it off of that one. Something was digging in the bed and dug up a ton of my potatoes. And all of those potatoes that are on top that are 100% green, I have to toss. All right, let's get over here in this corner here. Put my drip over there out the way and see if we got any russet potatoes. I do. Small russet potatoes like I always get. That's my standard size russet potato. And they're super wet. So with them being so wet, the skins are super, super soft on them. So I got to be very careful with them. But I'll russet over here for sure. And I intentionally put the russets in first because they take so long. Your russet potatoes, at least these that I have, Rocky Mountain russets, they needed more time in the ground than anything else. And they're leftover potatoes from last year, so they were coming up. So that's why we put them over here, when I put them over here anyway. And for the longest, they didn't come up at all. I was just like, why are they not coming up? And so this was the second round of potatoes in this bed. First round, y'all, I got so many potatoes. I was so excited. Oh my goodness, we got so many potatoes. And this time, I don't think that's going to be the case. Not this time. And a peanut. We know the squirrels have been in the bed, if nothing else. And the squirrels were taking my ground cherries from over there and eating them in this bed. So I know next year, y'all, ground cherries are going to be coming up like crazy in this bed. All right, we're going to move on down. Now this, I don't know what this is. Well, I know what that, I don't know. That looks like, that actually is another russet potato. But these white potatoes here, these other potatoes here with the thinner skin, I don't know what it is, but it's all split open and it's already healed itself. So this is a different potato from this. And again, if I miss something, that's okay, because potatoes are going back into this bed next year. Now there's a nice potato. It's a nice potato. There we go, y'all. Look at that. Oh, I bet you anything this is a Kennebec. I bet you that's a Kennebec. Oh no, this got pink eyes. This could be a, oh, what is it called? Actually, this is a Yukon Gold. This is Yukon Gold. Huh. Look at that Yukon Gold, y'all. Whoa. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to get some good potatoes. Now, we've already got a lot of good potatoes, but this is Yukon Gold, and they look good. I should have did this side last, so I can end with big potatoes versus ending with them little bitty ones over there. Yukon Gold, y'all, and I like my Yukon Gold. Oh, there's one. This is one Purple Viking, only one. I was hoping for more. Purple Viking is my all-time favorite potato. There might be some more on back there, but that's all that's in this spot right here. And we're moving down now to fingerling potatoes. As we go down this front edge here, more fingerlings. Now that's a nice size fingerling right there. That's a very nice size fingerling. And they keep coming. Even though a lot of these were dug up, there's still a ton of fingerlings here. There's a completely green one. I grew two types of fingerling. I grew banana, and yeah, here are the two types of fingerlings I grew, because I can't remember the name of the other one at this point. That was too long ago. So those are the two types of fingerlings. One of the fingerlings, this is as big as they get right here, but the other one gives me some pretty nice size. So anyway, I don't know one from the other once they're in the ground. Yeah, they're everywhere. Look at that. I don't even know if you can see it, but they just coming and coming and they keep coming. I'm gonna have to cut that whole, well, this one is completely green. Thank you, squirrels. That was a nice size one too. Now, something tells me fingerlings are going to be coming up here for many, many years to come because there are some teeny, teeny ones in here, and I do mean small. Now, white potatoes are different from sweet potatoes. If you want them to last a long time, you do want to kind of like set them out, let them dry out a little bit, let them cure a little bit, and let the skins toughen up just a little bit, and they will last you a little longer. But you don't have to wait to do that. If you want to eat them right now, wash them off, eat them. They're going to be delicious. That's one thing about white potatoes. Sweet potatoes, if you really want them to get sweet, you're going to have to cure them. Now, this is a leftover Purple Viking from my first harvest. And y'all, I think there are potatoes under here. We're going to go look for them. We're going to look for them. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That's leftover from the first harvest, and it started growing. I bet you it was a baby potato I left in here on this side. But anyway, I keep trying to talk about sweet potatoes. For sweet potatoes, you have to cure them if you want them to really last and taste nice and sweet. Y'all, y'all, we got another potato from the first harvest because I left it in the ground. This is what a Purple Viking's supposed to look like, right there. To cure your sweet potatoes, they need heat and humidity. You give them that, you give them a few weeks, ooh, they'll get so sweet. Well, it also depends on variety. There they are. I ended this bed in all fingerling potatoes, so that's what's all down here on this end. And a lot of people talk about how like loose my dirt is. It's not hard to dig my potatoes. You don't need a pitchfork. You don't need anything. And that's because I use potting mix in my bed. I use potting mix. Happy Frog is my preferred brand these days. And I do add amendments to it. Late in the year, I add whatever I have. Early in the year, I have all of my stuff laid out properly for the amendments I add for my potatoes. But this is all potting soil, not raised bed soil, not topsoil, but potting soil. There's a Pontiac, I believe. I think that's a Pont. No, it's not. That's a, this is a Sharpomere. And I couldn't get good size on my Sharpomere, so I didn't purchase any this year, but this is from last year. And I got a ton of ants in here. At least they're not biting. So let's just keep going. And then we're gonna head to the other side. Yep, Sharpomere, that's what this is. I'll be here the next year trying to get the fingerlings out. Little baby potatoes are everywhere, y'all. There's no way. That's just not gonna, it's not gonna happen. I can't get them all out, but that's okay. More potatoes for next year. All right, we're gonna go on the other side. Finish getting these potatoes out. All right, we are gonna start down on the end with the little bitty potatoes. We will do them first. When I go to weigh these, I will make sure I get as much dirt out of it as I can, so we're not weighing the dirt. Here's a stack of them. I wish the dirt was a little drier so I didn't have them so dirty, but we got what we got. Whew, okay. That might be all the fingerlings, but I have some potatoes over here that aren't fingerlings, and I can see them, so let's get them. Well, I take it back. More fingerlings. More fingerlings. I misjudged that. Y'all see those fingerlings? See that? All right. And there's a red one in there too. Interesting. Look at that one. Ah, that red one wasn't really with them. It was making friends, because here's the red one that it came off of. Sharpomere is what that is. And actually, that's a nice size Sharpomere. Very nice size. This is the size I had been getting. That's a nice size right there. And they're dirty. I know they're dirty. But there are more fingerlings here. All right, all we got left, oh, that's heavy. Ooh, is this last corner right here. There's one. And you can see where it split open from where it was so dry and then we got all that rain. But we'll eat it. Is that the last one? Oh, there's one more over there, I see it. Let's work our way to it for sure. And it's a big one, y'all. We're gonna end on a good note. We're gonna end on a good note. I think this is my last one. Look at that, y'all. Yukon Go, nice, big Yukon Go. And that's probably my last potato, because I think I've gotten over here pretty good. All right, y'all. Here are the potatoes from this bed. And there are a lot of fingerlings in there. And again, fingerlings don't get very big. So let's weigh these up and see where we ended the season with potatoes. All right, we're gonna weigh it all together, y'all. I'm not gonna try to separate these potatoes out, but I am going to pick them up one by one, just so, oh no, oh, there it is. We're gonna pick them up one by one, try to get some more of this dirt off of them. Some don't want to weigh dirt. We want to weigh potatoes. And there's a lot of dirt on these potatoes. I got all kinds of videos with my different potato recipes. So if you are looking for ways to preserve potatoes, I have a playlist with all of my cooking and all that kind of stuff if you're interested. Y'all look at that. That's a nice potato. So there's some good ones in here, and then there's some baby ones in here as well. We will not be planting that many fingerlings, not next year. So when I come back with the second round, it's not going to be a whole bunch of fingerlings, y'all. It's going to be regular potatoes. So it looks like I don't have many, but fingerlings, y'all. Fingerlings are dense, small, little bitty potatoes, but they are delicious potatoes. And these little bitty baby potatoes, y'all, you throw those in soup. You can throw those in some beans. We try not to waste anything around here. That's our goal anyway. But I make mistakes and end up having to throw stuff away. I'm not perfect. Oh, one tried to get away. Let's see what we got out this bed. I had 1, 2, 3, I think it was 4 rows of potatoes. All right, here we go. 10.02 pounds. 10 pounds of potatoes, y'all. 10 pounds. 10 pounds of potatoes. So y'all, these are the potatoes for today. I know they're dirty, y'all, but there's some nice sized potatoes in here. Nice sized russets as well. One really nice purple Viking. And y'all, I mean, these are some nice potatoes. My Sapo mirror looks pretty good, and a ton of fingerlings down there. But this is the last potato harvest of the year. This is the total weights for today. I'm going to put them right here. The total weights for today. And I'm just going to give you the total weights. I'm not going to mix it up between fingerlings or anything like that because there were a lot of mixed bags today. Total weights for today. And since this is the last potato harvest of the year, I am sharing with you the total quantity of potato harvest for the year. And that total quantity is right here. Y'all, this is it. Look at how many potatoes I've grown outside in my outdoor grow space this season. And this is a year's supply for me, and this is the summer supply for some family and friends in the area. But y'all, this is today's harvest, and this is the harvest for the year. We did good, y'all. Bumper crop of potatoes. And next year, y'all, I might go bigger. I might go bigger. But thank you for joining me for the last potato harvest of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to keep videos coming all year long, whether we're indoors, outdoors, cooking, preserving, whatever. I am here for you. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out with me, Kim, at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.